reminisce of my past, and you might be like, my past of like what? Reminiscing on the weird teachers I had growing up. So I went to charter school, so naturally we didn't have a lot of funding. Charter school is essentially private school with like less regulations. They can do whatever the fuck they want, I guess. Like, it's less regulations, whatever. We got none of the privileges, and it was so shit, okay? I mean, yeah, I was shit. I can't even lie to you. So my first like horrible teacher in charter school was my 5th grade teacher, and he was literally the creepiest person ever. Like, when I tell you he might have been a pedophile, he might have been. I actually can't tell you if he was, but when he got fired, it wasn't because of something small. Okay, I'm telling you right now. So you might be like, Enzo, what do you mean by that? You know that's not a light allegation. That's not something you should just say. And I know, I'm not saying it just because I want to say it. I'm saying it because he was a fucking creep, okay? Number one, he had come to teach us. We didn't have a teacher that whole year, by the way. We didn't have a teacher for like till at all. We got him in winter break. School starts September. We didn't get him till January. That's how long we didn't have a teacher. Like, that's insane. Anyway, he was our teacher, and the first red flag was that he never taught. Like, when I tell you he never taught, he never taught. Like, we were allowed to be on like the computers. I was gonna say Chromebooks, but we weren't using Chromebooks, not yet at least. We were on the computers playing Movie Star Planet, Roblox Planet, whatever, Roblox, whatever have you, on those computers every single day, not learning shit. Like, we didn't learn nothing. He had like given us a book, and we were supposed to read it and dissect it in class, but nobody did that. Like, he literally didn't teach us shit. And that's like, I can't even lie to you, he's low-key the reason why I don't know how to do like 5th grade math. I mean, I eventually learned, okay, like, I'm STEM major, so I kind of had to learn, okay, but like, back then I just had no fucking clue. Like, it took me so long to catch up because this man, and he's evil. Like, when I tell you he's evil, he's evil. The second like red flag was he would always like tell us like, oh my god, if you're a bad kid, I'm gonna come to your house. And I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like, no, like, it was so fucking weird of him. He would always be like, yeah, I'm gonna come to your house, I'm gonna come to your house. And then he apparently did come to this one kid's house. And since like it's a charter school, there's like way less regulations, so nobody gave a fuck. And I was just like, that's so creepy. He was always threatening that. And then he had told one of the girls, this is red flag number 3. He had told one of the girls, oh my god, I want to marry a Somali woman. Like, they're all so beautiful. Da, da, da. All of the girls, like, everybody in that school was Somali. Okay, all the kids were Somali. So when he said that, alarm bells, stranger danger, stranger danger. I was tweaking out. So like, naturally, after a couple weeks of this creepy behavior, I think he caught on that everybody wasn't fucking with him, and he had made a new rule that we weren't allowed to leave the classroom. Like, she might be like, that's normal, like, you're not allowed to leave the classroom. Like, he meant no one was allowed to leave the classroom. Even when we had like these activities, like we would have to go to the gym or whatever, he was not allowing us to leave, which was super fucking creepy. Because, okay, when I was in 5th grade, I was a bit behind. So I was a bit behind math-wise, I guess. I think they found that out. So then we were like in this separate math group where we would do these math problems with one of the paras or whatever, student aides, whatever you may call it. I don't know why I called him a para. He wasn't a para. I don't know. So he was a student aide or something, and he would take us, and it was like 3 or 4 of us that would go, and we would do like math games and then do math problems, and when we were done, we would like talk, you know. And he did not let us out one day, and I was just like, yo, like, we gotta go, we gotta be, he gotta catch us up, like, we gotta go. And he was not letting us out, like, he wasn't. And I was just like, what the fuck? Anyway, he couldn't do that ever again because like we had all complained, so naturally that didn't happen. You might be like, how did this story end? Like, you're yapping, like, bro, how did this end? So naturally, one day when we were at lunch, like, usually a lot of the kids would leave the lunchroom and then just go into or back to their rooms, like the room that they were in, you know, and hang out there. Because the teachers would eat in the break room. They wouldn't really eat in our room. But someone had gone back there, and they had, they basically found corn on the computer. And obviously they reported that, and he got fired, and we didn't see him ever again. And then we got merged with the other 5th grade class, and a lot of people hated that because they didn't fuck with the other teacher, but I loved Miss Gardner. She was so funny. Love you, queen. Hope you're doing well. Um, Next teacher that I did not fuck with, if we're being for real, was like in high school. Like all my like teachers after that were pretty chill. My next teacher that I did not fuck with was like my geometry teacher. And when I tell you this man was evil, okay? So, if you didn't know, my junior year schedule was kind of ass, okay? I was taking geometry, statistics. This is in this order. First period geometry, second period statistics. I know. My freaking guidance counselor hated me. Then I had Spanish, and then I had English, and then I had lunch, and then it was like world history, which honestly, I have a gripe with that teacher too, I can't lie. And then I had physics. Oh my god, I hated physics. I can't wait. I hate physics. And I'm taking it now as a junior in college. So that's lovely. But anyway, so let me get back onto this geometry teacher, because that was genuinely like evil. When I tell you he was evil, he was evil, okay? So he had to just make everything a problem. Like, there was nothing that you could do right. Like, and I wanted that GPA up, okay? My GPA was real low because of COVID. My GPA was really low, so I was getting my GPA up. So I needed an A in geometry. And so I would do all the work. I would study as hard as I can. I literally, mind you, ChatGPT had been a thing my junior year of high school. I have not used ChatGPT. I wasn't using ChatGPT at all. I was locking in. I was using Khan Academy. I locked in, okay? I literally had my friend we literally stayed up all night one night teaching me an entire semester of geometry just so I could pass the freaking final. Like, it was very serious, okay? It was very serious to me. Now, he as an evil individual as it is, naturally he knows students cheat, right? And so as someone who cares too much about cheating, he obviously had to make it fucking hard for everyone, okay? He did this one thing where we were taking our final, right? He had made the final, like, I'm thinking the final's gonna be on whatever we've done this entire semester, right? Boo, wrong, incorrect. He literally took some shit out his fucking ass. When I tell you, it was literally, I don't even know where the fuck he got this shit from, but it was out of his fucking ass, okay? And then he was just like, yep, this is the final. Yeah, have fun. Mind you, he's walking around crazy. So even if I wanted to cheat, even if I had wanted to cheat, I could not, because he was literally grazing around at my fucking table, like looking at me, looking in my eyes, like, bro, I promise you I'm not cheating, because guess what? I'm taking the fucking F. And guess what I did? And while he was busy at our fucking table, literally on the other side of the classroom, I see from my corner of my eye this one nigga cheating. Like, he literally cheated. Guess what he got? He got like a 90 something. Guess what I got? I got a 17. Mind you, I had literally kept my grade up all semester, and that 17 took me from an A to a B. Didn't even take me to a B, actually. That shit took me to a fucking C. And so naturally, guess what he had to do? He had to bump up my fucking grade, because guess what? It was literally, that was so vile, so ill of him to even think that just because he like, people cheat on exams, he has to make it harder for everyone. Like, he had to bump up my fucking grade because he knew, like, that was unfair. And you might be like, oh, why do you hate him because of that? Because if he had just given us the test that we were supposed to take, I wouldn't have failed it, and I wouldn't have had to get a B. I could have got my A. I could have kept my A. You see the logic? Also, he used to do this thing where he would, like, unlock an assignment, right? He would give us a fucking 0. Like, we would get the 0. It wasn't even due yet. We would get a 0, right? 0 is a placeholder, fine. And then after you do it, he would just randomly decide he didn't want that to count in the grade book, and he would just take it away. One time I had done a 40 problem practice set. 40 problems of fucking geometry, right? He had literally put a 0 in, so that obviously dragged our fucking grades down. I did it, and guess what? He just decided he didn't want it in the grade book. and it didn't count towards my grade. So I literally wasted my time doing that, and it didn't even count towards my grade. When I tell you that's devil incarnate, that's devil incarnate. Like, I still think about these moments, and I'm just like, you didn't have to make this harder than it should have been. Like, you genuinely didn't have to. You didn't have to. You didn't have to. But yeah, charter school was just something else, honestly. Between the pedophile teacher, oh, we also had like a groomer as our English teacher, which here is the red flag, okay? Here's the red flag. Someone might be like, why are you talking about this? Like, why didn't you report this to authorities? Case is closed. I can't help that shit, gang. Can't help that shit. But it's gonna make a good story. It's gonna make a good story. But yeah, I knew that something was fishy like the day she had told us, yeah, well, technically I can date a student as long as they're 18 and they're not in my class. But why would you want to? What do you mean you can? Why would you want to? Why would you even mention this? Okay, like, and then you had the students on your Snapchat, like, baby, let me call HR, like, you're done for. The funniest part about that was when because she ended up quitting, right? She would put her in 2 weeks in. She was just like, I can't, like, this is not enough money. It's too much work, da, 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 right? She had ended up having like a party for like the seniors in her class, and then she was gonna do a party for us, the juniors. But the dean of the school, not the dean, the freaking who's in charge, not the principal, the one at her. I don't even remember. I don't remember what his name was. Right? He had fucking stormed in and yelled, and he told her, "Get the fuck out of my school" in front of all the students, and she was literally crying, and he was screaming, and it was like a whole thing. Now you might be like, did she sue and win? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z, because I don't know. Okay, but it was really a lot. It was genuinely so much, and I was like, oh my god, she did not deserve that. And oh my god, I can't believe we're stuck with no teacher again. It's kind of funny that that's happened to me so many times, but yeah. I mean, that's a little lore drop about me, guys. I went to charter school, so let me know if you want any more story times.